Hello everyone. This video is part of a series where we are developing a microservices-based social media application. We are using Node.js for our back-end services and React for our front end. And our main goal here is to learn the microservices pattern. Here is an overview of our current task as well as a plan for the very near future. Of course, there is much more to come, but this is just a brief overview so that you know where exactly we stand at the moment. If you want, here is a more detailed breakdown of the tasks that we will be working on. If you want to pause the video, you can inspect it by yourself and then continue with the video. We also use a Jira board to track the progress of our implementation. So I think you may see me here once in a while when we come back to adjust the tracking of our tasks, right? User stories and their subtasks. So in the previous video, we have implemented the functionality of creating the email verification token within our signup route. We did a little bit of refactoring here. And in this video, what I want to do is I want to actually adjust the NodeMailer API or the NodeMailer email API to properly send the sign-up verification email. So first, I will open my NodeMailer app. I don't want to run into the same problem that I ran several times when I forgot to start my server. So I just start the local server. Local server is running within my emails here. I will just flush all the messages so that I have an empty inbox. And I will work a little bit on the message here, right? So right now we are simply sending an email like so. It's a standard email, or I mean, it's a hard-coded email, and we definitely don't want to have something like this. We want to have a customized message that is going to be sent to our users every time that they sign up to our application. So let's work a little bit with the body of this function here. I think that I will skip a little bit the test-driven approach here, and I will use NodeMailer to inspect whether everything is working correctly within our parsing of the function, or I mean the creation of the email body. Okay, so here before I send the emails, I need to do a few changes here. First one, I would like to change the arguments that are received by my send email function. And why is it so? Well, as it turns out, the send email is just the tip of the iceberg. It's the last link of the chain, right? Once I receive, or once I call the function send signup verification email, I need to build the subject of the email. I also need to build the body of the email, and then I need to call the this.send email function and pass the subject as well as the body. That would be probably a text version and then HTML body, like so. So text body and HTML body. Right here we have a slightly different naming, but we can just map the arguments to the final shape of the object. At the moment, this is not possible. As you can see, I got a lot of errors if I try to pass additional variables here, not only because they are not defined, but because the email arguments, so the send email arguments or parameters, do not accept these elements. For example, if I were to define a subject here like so, I still get the error because then it's saying that the argument of time, subject, text body, HTML body is not assignable to the parameter. Object literal may only specify known properties, and subject does not exist in the type email API send email args. We will change that. Let's come back here to our interfaces, and I would like to add a subject, which is going to be required and is going to be a string. I will have a text body, which is also going to be required and is going to be a string. And I will have an HTML body, which is also going to be required and is going to be a string. Now, if I come back to my NodeMailer email API, the subject error has disappeared and I will declare then the other two, the text body and the HTML body, like so. Now all the errors are gone, so I will be able to send my email and pass the exact information that I want to my send email function. And what happens here is that the send email is simply calling the transporter and then sending the mail, right? So the responsibility of building all the information will be of the function that is being called by our email sender. So here in the email sender, as you can see, or if you remember, I don't know if you remember, but we have a bunch of arguments that are then passed to the send signup verification email, which then acts as a proxy and forwards this to our email API.send signup verification email method. Now this send signup verification email method is going to be responsible for parsing the arguments and building the actual information that is then going to be transmitted to the send email private method. It can be the case, or it will be the case, that when we implement a new type of email, let's say some account deletion email, then the subject, the text body, and the HTML body are all going to be different. But this is not the scope of the send email function. That's why I'm moving the parsing to within the send signup verification email. Okay, so for that, we are going to create a couple of private functions. I'll write them here. Private, this doesn't need to be async because it's a synchronous function, and a space synchronous, right? Not asynchronous. So I'll say build signup verification email subject. It's going to be a string, and for the moment I'll just return a hard-coded string. Maybe in the future, if we have, let's say, a name or something, we could include in the subject, but I think that this is not very often seen on email, so maybe we don't even need this. Let's just hard code the value here in the subject. So subject is, let's say, welcome to Unsocial, right? Please verify your email address. Now for the body, then I want to definitely have a function that is going to build this body. And here I will define a function, private build signup verification email body, text body. Let's call it like so. Because for the HTML, it may be, or it will be the case that we have template strings afterwards when we want to use them. When we get to the point where we want to customize the emails, like the design of the emails, we will come back to this, but it's going to be at a later stage because we don't have a design system yet, right? So after we have a design system and some logos, some well-defined colors, then we can work with redesigning the HTML of our emails. So this is going to return a string, and it needs to receive some stuff here. I will tell you which stuff it needs to receive in a bit. So all I want to do is I want to return a backticks template here. So that's a template string, which allows me to interpolate some variables. So what I want to return is welcome to, let's say, the coolest social media platform, right? So welcome to Unsocial, comma, the coolest social media platform. Oops. Unsocial, the coolest social media platform. Please click on the link below to verify your email address. If the link is not working, or if that's not possible, or even better, let's say, please click on the link below, and let's put it between parentheses, or copy it to your browser to verify your email address. And then here I want to add the link, right? So I need somehow the email verification link here. So email verification link, like so. Of course, this is not defined yet, So I need to pass this as an argument, and I will do so here. I will pass args, and these args are going to be of type build sign up verification email text body args. Maybe we can reduce the size here, but we will come back to this later on. And then I want to destructure this from our arguments. So I'll just paste it here, and I will define this at the top. Export type da-da-da-da. And what's the name again? Email verification link, right? Like so, and this is going to be a string. It needs to be passed to our function, or it needs to be passed as an argument. And sorry, I made a small mistake here. This should be args, like so. Okay, now we need to build the email verification link. So let's create another private method, private build email verification link, which is also going to be receive some arguments in here, and then it's going to return again a backticks. For our purposes, we will simply hard code localhost :3000. We'll change this afterwards, so we'll add a to-do comment. This URL will change once we deploy, or once we integrate, let's say, Kubernetes in our application, right? This will change. Actually, in the end, this is going to be our domain here. But for the moment, I don't want to go too much into the details here, or we don't need to spend that much time here. Localhost :3000/API/auth/verify, and then I will add here the token, right? That's going to be the email verification token. Okay. Now the email verification token needs to come from somewhere, and it's going to be again the args, that is the build email verification link args. Right, so here now I can destructure this from my arguments, and it's going to be like so. Now I need to define the build email verification link args, which is going to be here. Export type build email verification args, and that's the email verification token. And the email verification token is going to be a string. Great. Now everything seems to be working. So I believe we can now build the email verification link within our send sign up verification email. And why do I do that within my send sign up verification email is because the verification link is going to be shared by both the text body and the HTML body functions, right? So here I just add a blank line just for formatting. Of course, this URL is not defined yet. If you remember our routes, we have only one route, which is API auth sign up. So we don't have the API auth verify and then the token, but we will implement this in the upcoming videos. So here I just want to first create my email verification link, and that's going to be build. So this .build email verification link, and here I will pass my email verification token. Now the email verification token is not being received by our function yet, so this should be received via our arguments, right? And these arguments here are of type email API send email args, and that's bad because it's not really what we want, right? We want these args here to be the send sign up verification email args. So I will create another type on the top here where we will have email API send sign up verification email args. And this we need to receive the to email and the email verification token, which is also going to be a string. Now I may have to do a few changes here within my types. This is going to be of this type, and I believe that the other one I also need to change my interface, right? So my email API is going to implement the email API send sign up verification email args. So now I should have no problems, no errors here anymore, but my email sender should have some problems. So I need to update this to the email API send sign up verification email args. Good. Now I can destructure the email verification token from my arguments, and I can create my email verification link. And now within the text body, I can simply call this dot build sign up verification email text body. Why do I declare this as such a long name? Is that in the future we may have other methods, right? We may have a send sign up verification email, a send account deletion verification email, and when we have all these little private methods here at the bottom, then it's going to be easier to identify which method is being called by which function. Now maybe we will change this design in the future. We could consider breaking this up or breaking this into different parts. But for the moment, because we have only one email and we will have only one email for quite a while, we can bypass this discussion. So within my build sign up verification email text body, I need to pass my email verification link, right? As an argument here, like so. I'm just putting everything in one line. Here it's saying that it could be static, but I will ignore this kind of warnings. I don't think I can turn this down, but another thing that the IDE recommends here is to turn into a arrow function. Okay, if it's an arrow function, then it doesn't complain about this. So maybe we could declare this as an arrow function. I mean, it doesn't change anything. So like so, maybe then that is going to be a little bit less annoying to have these little highlights here. In any case, we already have our build sign up verification email text body. So let's copy and paste this and create our build sign up verification email HTML body. And here I want to have a H1 here. Welcome to Unsocial. And then I will say /H1, and then in a new line I will write welcome to Unsocial, the coolest social media platform. Here I will add a break, so just to have another new line. Maybe I could also bring this down to to the next line here and have it more well formatted. Welcome to Unsocial, the coolest social media platform. This could be I could leave it like so. Then I'll have again blank line. Please click on the link below or copy it to your browser to verify your email address, a colon, and then break line again, and then finally the email verification link, or maybe just one break line. No, let's put two. Now here, of course, I need to receive my email link. So I believe that this is exactly the same, and I can just probably rename this as being build sign up verification email text args, like so, right? So yes, exactly. Or even better, I can just remove the text as well. Let's come here, refactor, build sign up verification email args, like so. Great. Now I can use this function to build my HTML body with this .build sign up verification HTML body, and then I need to pass the email verification link as well. Nice. And now we have all the information that we need, and I just want to make a small change here. Instead of having the to email hard-coded to test@test.com, let's return the same to email that we receive with our function. Now at the bottom here, of course, there is something missing, right? So I need to change this. Actually, I don't need to change this type here because we already did. So now we receive the subject, the text body, and the HTML body via our arguments. So I'll just come here and I will destructure this subject, HTML body, text body. So now the subject I don't need to pass, I can pass it like so, but the text I need to pass here the text body, and HTML I need to pass a HTML body, right? Or the HTML body that we pass to our function via the arguments. And now if I save this and I start my server, npm run start dev, because I want to receive the okay, sorry, I need to switch to off, and then I can start my development server. I will also open Postman because I want to send requests, and there is an error. Aha, there is a TypeScript error. Great. Let's stop everything, let's clear the console, and let's run tsc check, which is going to tell us where our problems are. It's probably some import due to renaming. Exactly. So here in the email sender.test.ts, let's see, I am missing some parameters, right? So the send sign up verification email is now expecting all those default parameters, which I will, or not all those default parameters, but if I come here, I actually need to pass an email verification token. Now here I am not testing any sign up functionality. So I will simply declare within or before this whole thing here, so const send sign up verification args, like so, and I will say a to email is going to be test@test.com, and the other one is the email verification token that we need, and that's going to be whatever. I don't care because I'm not testing the functionality here. Now I can simply pass the send sign up verification args here, here, and here, and that should get rid of my errors. Now this mock email API is again not assignable to the parameter of type email API, and that's because we changed the interfaces, right? So the send sign up verification email, now it doesn't use the email API send email args anymore. What it uses, if I come to the types here, is the email API send sign up blah 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 blah. It's a big name. So I'll just remove this and clean this up a little bit. Email API can come to the top, like so, and then I will simply save this. Now let's see how many TypeScript errors I still have. I think this one should go away. No, it's still here. Or not really, because, well, my TypeScript is not complaining anymore. Maybe it's a default or it's a problem with my IDE. Let's see here, the routes and the signup.ts. Of course, I forgot to update the signup.ts here because I need to now pass my email verification token, right? So, like so. Now, one thing that I want to highlight here, it may be the case, remember that this email verification token is not the final result of our account verification.create, because if there is already a token in our database, this account verification.create method is going to generate a new token, and then it's going to return this as the generated token. So here I want to write down the account verification document, and then I will use the value that is returned by this account verification, like so. Most of the times they will be the same, but for the sake of completeness and for actually ensuring that our functionality is working correctly, we will pass the value that is returned by the account verification. So I'll save this. Let's see what are the results of TypeScript again, and everything is working fine. So now I can finally, I believe, start my application. Exactly. Now it's listening on port 3000. So if I come to Postman, and now I want to post to /API/auth/signup. I'm posting with my email and a random password. I'll simply send the request. I receive the successful message in return. Let's see, no errors here. So let's see how the email looks like in our Node Mailer app. And as you can see, we receive a nicely formatted HTML email with our code to the verify link. Now I'll just do a small change. I thought this is not a link, right? So that's a problem. If we come back to our Node Mailer email API, we can easily adjust this by wrapping this up with a link tag, like so. And the href here, the href is going to be our email verification link. We could even say it like so: verify my email. Yeah, and then please click on the link below or copy to copy to your browser. Maybe we could add even a little bit more here. Okay, let's leave it like so. And let's try to sign up again to our application. So we should be able to still use the same credentials here because we are restarting our server and everything is successful. Here is our second email, and now we have the link. Right, so once I click this, it will try to access this. Of course, it cannot get this URL, but we will implement the functionality of verifying our email in the next videos. For this video, I think we have done enough, and we have done actually a lot of progress. So I will stop the recording and then I'll run prettier linting. I'm not sure, I don't think there are so many problems here, but there may be a few differences with the Git commit for this video. So if you want to receive updates about the next videos that I'll be uploading, then just make sure to subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of plans, I have a lot of videos that I want to make available, and I'm already working on not only the TypeScript playlist or the TypeScript series, but also some ideas for other series, right? We soon start talking about Kubernetes, so there will be a dedicated introduction to Kubernetes. There will be a series on design patterns for object-oriented programming, which I think it's very, very useful. So make sure to subscribe and you will get a notification every time I upload a new video. And also, if you're interested in any topic related to development, then make sure to write down in the comments. It may be the case that I can think about a series or a standalone video or even some more extensive course on topics of your interest. I'll take that into consideration when planning the future of the channel. So thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.